Welcome everyone. Welcome. My name is Sarah Montero Berea. I am the Communications and Marketing Director for Hispanic Alliance. I want to acknowledge first our elected officials and our honored guests. We have City Council. We have Councilman Russell Stoll over here, just on my right, and Councilman Kate Gibson. We have County Council. We have Councilwoman Liz Seaman, Councilman Lynn Ballard, and Councilman Butcher. City Councilwoman Lillian Brock-Fleming is here as well. Welcome. Representing the General Council of Mexico and Raleigh, we have Consul Antonio Cuesta here at the front. Welcome from Raleigh. I also want to take a moment today to acknowledge and thank all the people and foundations who supported us at the onset of the exhibit, but more especially those who supported us when the funding for the exhibit was at risk earlier in May. A community member who I don't believe is here, Liz Boyd, she started a GoFundMe campaign with the goal of raising, I'll say this number a couple of times today, $7,500. That GoFundMe received more than $12,000. Nearly 300 people supported that GoFundMe and supported us, really. I think as staff members and folks who cared about the exhibit, we felt that love from our community and some community members here who really sent encouraging messages and a few dollars our way, and we really are appreciative of that. A lot of other donations were also made through our website by individuals and individuals and foundations. I want to thank the Metropolitan Arts Council, and particularly Alan Etheridge. Is he here? You haven't seen him. Okay. So the Metropolitan Arts Council, they had already funded a project, but in May they announced an additional $3,500 gift, totaling $7,000 in support of the exhibit. So I wanted to make sure we did a shout out to the Metropolitan Arts Council. I also want to take a moment to recognize Bob Morris, who I did see over here. He's the president of the Community Foundation of Greenville. We were very surprised when he announced a donation from an anonymous donor for $7,500. And then more surprised when they announced a matching gift of $7,500 as well. So we were gifted $15,000. So we thank Bob for his leadership and for championing the Hispanic Alliance for nearly 15 years. So in total, and remember that amount, the $7,500 amount I shared with you, in total we raised $70,000. 3/4 of that was designated to the Hispanic Alliance. And you know, I used the word raised, and I was thinking about how that's not really accurate. We weren't going out there knocking on doors the way traditionally you fundraise. This was really a labor of love from our community to us, and we were so appreciative of that. Very surprised, you can hear the emotion that we all felt when we were just day after day, more donations were coming through from names that we recognize, but some names who were very new to us. So we felt the love. We felt the love as Hispanic Alliance, but also the love for the arts that our community has. It really came through during that difficult time. So now my title is marketing, so I'm going to share with you just a couple of marketing facts. The website that we had for Wings of the City received more than almost 50,000 visits since going live at the end of March. Over 400,000 tourists have visited the Wings of the City. These are folks who are coming out of town, and this was an estimate. So we're thinking probably more. It would be an interesting exercise if anybody ever counts. There's a camera that counts the visits to the Wings. Maybe somebody can take that out as a project and count the people who came in every day. And there were over 500, almost 600 posts on social media that use the hashtag Wings of GVL, and then more than 100 use the Spanish hashtag Alas of Greenville. And now I am very pleased to introduce Melissa Albergotti. She is the Senior Vice President, Upstate Marketing Executive for Bank of America. Bank of America, if you see some of the signage, was the presenting sponsor of Wings of the City, so we were not been able to do this without their support. So Melissa, thank you.
Down a little bit since I'm a little bit shorter of stature. Good afternoon, everybody. I hope that everyone has had a chance to visit Wings of Greenville website. It was created by Sarah, and she did a beautiful job. A special thank you to the City of Greenville and the Hispanic Alliance for having the vision to bring this incredible art to downtown Greenville. At Bank of America, we believe in the power of the arts to help economies thrive, to educate and enrich societies, and to create a greater cultural understanding. Our programs are designed to have a positive impact, to shine a light on diverse cultural traditions, and to engage people in creative ways to help build mutual respect and understanding. I can't think of a better way to bring awareness of the beauty of Mexican art than through Jorge Marin's 9 monumental bronze sculptures that have been on display at Falls Park and on the campus of the Peace Center for the last 6 months. Over the course of the exhibit, I've walked through the park many times, enjoying the lines of people excitedly waiting up those stairs or this way to take their picture with the wings, and this beautiful iconic structure. I've watched groups of diverse people, many speaking in languages that I could not understand, chatter in excitement as they gazed at the statues. This art has created a certain excitement that has transcended each of us as individuals and certainly added to the vibrancy of Greenville and downtown. Wings have long been a symbol of freedom. Wings give us the ability to soar. They give us the ability to see things from a different perspective. Wings of the City has given us all of that. The sculptures have graced us with beauty. They've graced us with dialogue. And most of all, Wings has been a catalyst to showcase our collective appreciation for the arts in Greenville. So I can't say enough thank you to the city and to the Hispanic Alliance for allowing us to be a part of this. And now I'm going to introduce someone who needs no introduction and whose leadership and vision really truly brought this to us, and that is Adela Mendoza. Adela?
Hello everyone, can you hear me? Great. Thank you so much, Melissa. As always, you are so gracious. I really owe you a huge thank you for always believing in our mission, always being a champion of all causes that are, changing society for the better. And we become a very good friends in the process, and I'm grateful for that. So when we unveiled Wings of the City almost 6 months ago, we set to achieve 3 things. The first one was to support our community's economic development after COVID. We wanted to create a safe experience for people to come outside, to enjoy the green spaces, and to just get out of their homes. We also wanted to leverage public art as an incentive for people to experience new places in the park that they might have not discovered. I know that until I saw Abrazo Monumental, I have never seen that beautiful garden, and now it's one of my favorite places in the park. And ultimately, we wanted to put Greenville on the map once again as a world-class destination by becoming the first city on the East Coast to host this beautiful exhibit. I think that we accomplished this and so much more. I'd like to take a moment to express our gratitude to the people and the companies that made it happen. It's easy to bring an idea, but without the financial support and the community support, it's hard to make to achieve it. Bank of America, who was the presenting sponsor, of course took the lead. But then there were many sponsors that helped us bring all the other art to the park and to Graham Plaza. Piedmont Natural Gas, thank you for helping us sponsor the beautiful exhibit that is right in front of the Peace Center. It's just been so photographed, and we will be sharing some of those beautiful frames with you guys. BMW, Max couldn't be here, but he sends his regards. Michelin, of course, has always been a supporter of the arts, of diversity, and of many causes that we have been championing over the years. Bonsecours St. Francis, Forman University, the Capital Corporation, community journals, and the Peace Center, of course. Thank you for trusting us with this vision and for supporting art, diversity, and community. Also want to acknowledge the city team. You guys made this possible. We called you last fall with a little idea that has transformed into this big exhibit in the middle of downtown, and we are so grateful for that. Thank you for embracing the idea and for embracing the Hispanic Alliance and the growing Hispanic community. And to our friends at Public Works, every project has those unsung heroes that never get credit but do a lot of work behind the scenes. Our Public Works crew really made this happen. They were literally hanging their wings the day before we announced or we unveiled the exhibit. And they did it with such grace and such great attitude, and we really owe you. Thank you very much. I really want to recognize you. To Tara Eaker and Tracy Ramsar, who I'm sure don't want me to recognize them, they really were the two people behind the scenes making this happen, pulling partners together and ensuring that we curated the best possible places for each one of the sculptures. And I think you'll agree that they did a beautiful job with the position. So public art has the ability to shape culture. And through this exhibit, we hope to create a community dialogue about our own transformation as people, but also as a community, by showcasing the art of a Mexican artist in the heart of downtown. When we unveil the exhibit, we ask you, where could wings take us as a community? Well, I think over the past 6 months, we're embarking on an unexpected journey. We had conversations of great depth and consequence that challenge our own ideas of what an inclusive community should look like. We, as an organization, dedicated to facilitating the inclusion of all voices, were challenged to live by our values when confronted with widely opposing points of view. I am so incredibly proud that we engaged in positive community-building dialogue. We all have been strengthened by it. People who had never heard about Hispanic Alliance took an interest in our work and sent an unmistakable message of acceptance and friendship to the growing Hispanic community. Like Sarah, I am incredibly touched by that. Our community also questioned the decision-making process of local elected officials, and by doing so, greater transparency and civic engagement was achieved. We will always cherish the conversations we had with you, our elected officials and representatives, who toured the exhibit with us and had coffee with us right here in the park, and were willing to have a beautiful conversation about our shared dreams and aspirations. We discovered that in the end, we share the same values, and that we deeply love this community. That is how society progresses. Thank you so much for engaging in that dialogue. Thank you. Greenville has a long legacy of visionary leadership. Our ability to adapt changes, invite new ideas, empower newcomers, has made Greenville a community in constant evolution. On a personal note, I want to share that the fact that a Mexican immigrant like me can stand here in front of you, closing the first exhibit by a Hispanic artist in our beloved Coast Park is a testament to that. Sorry. Thank you. On behalf of the Hispanic Alliance and the growing Hispanic community in Greenville, I want to extend our gratitude to everyone at the City of Greenville for helping us build this friendship among all communities. For 6 months now, these sculptures have coexisted with a landscape that is constantly changing and with the people who have interacted with them. These visitors were local residents, people from different cities in the U.S. Visitors like me, and immigrants who found a home in Greenville. All of us may have followed a different path here, but now forever share a common experience that will connect us in a way that only art, especially public art, can do. Where we go from here depends on our ability to continue including all voices in building a shared future. Thank you very much. And now, it is my honor to introduce Deputy Consul General Antonio Cuesta. Without the Mexican consulate in Raleigh, this wouldn't have happened because they are the ones that brought this idea to us. And I know you have an announcement as to where the wings may be flying next. So, Antonio, please join us here.
Thank Thank you very much, everybody. Last time I saw Wings of the City was in Mexico City. I never expected to see Wings of the City here in Greenville, South Carolina. I'm very proud of it, of that, and thank you very much for all the people that make it possible. On behalf of the Consul General of Mexico, Mrs. Claudia Velasco, I would like to convey our greatest appreciation for the support and enthusiasm shown by all the organizations, institutions, and people involved in the presentation of Wing of the City in Greenville, South Carolina. My gratitude to the Hispanic Alliance for the hard work and enthusiasm to make it possible. To the Bank of America and all the sponsors for supporting Mexican culture and modern art. And of course, to the officials and the staff of the City of Greenville who share this beautiful park with the community to install and showcase the art. It is our sincere desire that the elements that make up this exhibition of Mexican contemporary art develop a great understanding between our communities, hoping to transmit the message of master artist Jorge Marin has been working for: liberty, freedom, individuality, and creativity. And I would like to include also solidarity, love, compassion. Jorge Marin would not join us today, but I would like to read a message he sent for this ceremony. I am delighted to know that the community of Greenville interacted with the nice monumental pieces for the last few months. Not only because people connected with the aesthetics of my work, but because by visiting the sculptures or taking a picture with them, people fulfill the meaning of each piece. The exhibit was displayed in such an important public space in the city of Greenville, and that is something to be proud of, because it fostered the encounter between contemporary Mexican art and its audience. I'm grateful to the Hispanic Alliance, the Consulate of Mexico in Raleigh, the City of Greenville, and all the people who, with their work and creativity, made the Wings of the City exhibition in Greenville possible. Thank you. That's Jorge Marin's message. The next stop for Wings of the City, they will be landing in Raleigh, North Carolina. We will be welcoming the exhibition from October 2021 to March 2022 at Dorothea Dix Park in Raleigh. I hope to see you there. In Raleigh. Thank you all once again for your continuous effort to build a cordial relationship between the people of Mexico and the people of South Carolina. And now it's my great honor to introduce City Council member Russell Stubb.
Thank you, and I'm always so impressed with the touches, the special touches that our city does. I don't know how many of you noticed as we started the program, Angie and the Parks crew, Angie Prosser and the Parks crew had arranged for a flock of animatronic geese to fly in. Always about special touches and the importance of stories in our community. So thank you, Parks and Rec and Public Works. I look forward to go visiting those in the Fair Forest Way place. But on behalf of the mayor and the city council and my good friend Lillian, it is such a pleasure to be with you today. I don't know how many of you remember, but 17 years ago, Greenville adopted Vision 2025. It was a bold, aggressive vision of who Greenville wanted to be when we grew up. And in reviewing the plan, there were over 500 items. We've accomplished about 75% of them, which is pretty impressive. And one of the critical tenets of the plan, and I quote, was to make Greenville an internationally recognized as a center for the arts, fostering community-wide support and appreciation of the value of all arts disciplines and cultures. The arts are valued by residents and community leaders and are a vital part of the growth and prosperity of our community. The arts environment contributes to a strong sense of place where young and old want to live. Greenville is instantly recognized as a center for the arts by a strong commitment to the concept of public art. Mission accomplished. Another component of the vision was to use public art to create community conversation and to use art to inspire community dialogue. The Wings of the City has become a prime example of art in action and how art is used to inspire community change and community conversation. Again, mission accomplished. Just this morning, about an hour ago, you asked if Wings has had an impact on people's lives. Just this morning, I was having a conversation with someone, and she told me the story about a woman who died last week from cancer. Before she died, she came right here and had her picture made in front of Wings. At her funeral on Saturday, at the front of the altar was a picture of her standing in front of the Wings as a symbol of her flight to heaven. This has made a difference in people's lives, and thank you all for that. So, as a member of the Hispanic Alliance Board and a member of Greenville City Council, this has been a shining example of how Greenville works together, in how we build community, and how we build excitement over things going on in this city, and how we also are the envy of places from all over this world. I want to thank the Hispanic Alliance, the City of Greenville, the sponsors of the Wings, those who donated, and the thousands who visited where we're standing today. Thank you for demonstrating the power of public art, the power of conversation created by art. And thank you for showing that Greenville is truly a world-renowned center for the arts. Thank you for having me today. And I think we have a special surprise.
Necesidad de un acordeón. Así se siente México, así se siente México, así como unos labios por la piel. Así se envuelve México, así se siente México, así como una América en la piel. Como ve la piedra de la nieve, la brisa de Morelia, la luna acariciando una mujer. Así se siente México, así como unos labios por la piel.